Battery Channel Manager from Amber, based in Queensland, so I'm not local to Vic, don't hold that against me. I was also a client of Finn's a long time ago as well, so I used to run a solar business just like Luke's, so I know what quality looks like, because I can see it in Luke's eyes. So. But yeah, obviously installer-led businesses where they're locally here on the ground, they're here to support you, they're the best businesses to deal with in my honest opinion, because he's going to be here for the long haul, he's here to do the right thing, and that's why he runs these kind of events to educate people on what the market looks like and what all the other parts of the market are as well, including things like solar quotes and Amber. But anyway, I'll stop ranting and I'll get started. So obviously the purpose of my talk today is to talking about the Cheaper Home Batteries program. I'm assuming you've all heard about it. You all know what it looks like. Does anyone in the room know what the upper value of the rebate looks like? Care to raise your hand? No? Oh, Finn, yep. Yeah, what's the maximum value the rebate can...
373 times 50.
So it's about 17, 18K in that realm. Yeah, so if you want to maximise the rebate value, you can get up to $17,000 or $18,000 through Luke via a battery purchase. So yeah, obviously I want to talk about that and the fact that with Amber's proprietary software and our retail offering, you can obviously turbocharge your ROI and pay for that investment faster. Okay, so Amber is a locally Victorian-based business, so we're based in the CBD. We've been running for about 8 years and we're a disruptor company. So our whole model is around disrupting the big guys and allowing you as the consumer to get the full benefit from your hardware. So we pass on wholesale pricing to you as the customer with just a $25 a month subscription fee. So we don't make any money on the actual energy or the network charges. We only make money on $25 a month, and that allows you to buy in the low and sell in the high in the wholesale market. So for anyone who doesn't realise this, the wholesale market changes price every 5 minutes. So right now there's a volatile pricing going up and down. It's probably quite cheap at the moment because it's nice and sunny today, but in a typical Victorian day it can fluctuate with the weather, fluctuate with the temperature as well. So if it's nice and cold or hot, it changes the price as well. Yeah, so basically your solar and battery is there to create your self-sufficiency, but it can be also used to trade in this wholesale market as such. So that's what we're about. We're about unlocking that for you as a customer. We aren't making any money yet. We're not profitable yet, to be honest. We're running on venture capital finance through the likes of NRMA and Commonwealth Bank and all that kind of stuff. So right now, if you want to support a local business and get the best, cheapest power in the market, I think Amber's the best bet. Yep, Finn?
What's CSRO doing for you?
I actually don't know. I'll come back to you on that one. I've only been in Amber for 3 months, so don't hold that against me. I'm still a newbie. But effectively, our mission is to accelerate the country to 100% renewables as well. So we want everyone to be able to play in the open market and utilise their solar and battery to improve the situation and decarbonise away from coal and gas and all that kind of stuff. Cool. Okay, so we believe by unlocking your hardware as a customer and playing in the wholesale market, you can unlock the country getting to 100% renewables faster. Obviously, if we rely on big projects, it takes a lot longer. A typical project can take up to 2 years to get off the ground, like a big solar farm, wind farm, or large battery station, because there's community engagement, scientific studies, network applications. There's a whole raft of things that have to go on. There's a lot of capital expenditure and a lot of preparation and planning. Homeowners are doing all the heavy lifting right now. We've just surpassed 100,000 batteries have been installed since the grant started. And there's an equivalent of 2 gigawatt hours of storage that's gone in off the back of that. So there's no way in hell we could have done that from a big project perspective in the same timeline. It's just literally impossible. For the country to have said, okay, look, we're going to do a 2 gigawatt hour battery, let's do it in 3 or 4 months, that wouldn't have happened. It would have taken literally 2 years. So congratulations to everyone who's already purchased the battery, and hopefully you guys are soon to join them in the audience as well. So as I said earlier, the typical pricing of power is like this blue line here. So in Victoria, you guys are paying normally around 30 to 35 cents per kilowatt hour with most of the traditional model. The actual price though dips and dives all over the place, and you typically have a high peak period in the evening as well. So effectively what we're talking about here is if locally you've got raining conditions, you haven't got enough solar, you can use the grid, use other people's solar to charge your batteries, and then at night, when you've got surplus energy in your battery, you can run your own needs, but also trade some back in and support the grid in a wider perspective as well. So everyone else uses hedging contracts, and they've got to basically buy low and sell high and make money. You probably heard about the big guys, how much money they profit every year. I think it's in the billions with a B. So we're definitely not like that. We're not making billions of dollars. But you as a customer can partake in that profiting with your own solar and battery hardware. Well, okay, so as I said, we are a subscription-based model. You get a nice, awesome app, and you get a automation software that will work with all the compatible products that Luke sells. And effectively, that will automate. You don't have to actually do anything. Once the system learns about your generation and your consumption behaviour, it will regulate the battery for you. And if you want to opt out of that, you can go to manual control and control the battery yourself. So you can set and forget and be very hands-off, or you can be very hands-on. It's completely up to you as a customer. So that's the benefit of it. You obviously get both options available to you. So if you want to trade yourself and you think you can trade smarter than our algorithm, go for it. If you want to be more hands-off and just set and forget and get a good return, you can do that as well. But yeah, that's what the app looks like. You can see it shows a live price every 5 minutes. It shows your daily running total, and it also shows like the percentage of renewables in the grid at all given times as well. So it's quite interesting to see what sources of energy are powering your home at all different times. It actually gives you a lot of insight into that as well. Yeah, so as I said, what we do is we buy in when it's cheap, sell when it's expensive, and obviously maintain some level of battery storage for your own home, for your own self-sufficiency. And there have been, you've probably seen on social media from time to time, people post really big profit day events. So sometimes people have made hundreds of dollars in one day. Definitely doesn't happen every day. I'm not going to stand here and promise that. It's a very rare occurrence, but when it does happen, it's like a payday. It's quite an exciting feat for people who are with Amber. Has anyone seen that before? Have anyone seen those Amber? Okay, cool, fair enough. Anyway, what I wanted to get to here was to show you, based on our modelling, what the additional stack looks like when you add Amber to your battery. So on the far right here, I've got a Victorian savings profile, and this is based on the last 12 months of wholesale pricing data, 6,000 kilowatt hours per annum consumption, 13 kilowatt solar, 40 kilowatt hour battery. The value stack total is 3840. So if your bill is less than that, you would actually be in credit. But if your bill was more than that, you'd be paying the difference.
Sorry, Ben. So you say that $2,000 of that's from Amber?
Yeah, from trading.
Without Amber, you'd get the 1,800.
Yeah, you get the 1,800, and you might have like the nominal fit rate of 3, 4, 5 cents, but that's the wholesale market trading benefit, right, which is more than twice the self-sufficiency benefit. Yeah. So who here has a bill over $3,000 per annum? Raise your hand. Yeah, so if you could wipe out that bill through Luke, would that be an attractive prospect for you? I'm assuming so, yeah. So obviously this not only benefits you as a consumer, it also allows you to help the wider grid. You basically help decarbonise the grid because you're putting power into the system to decarbonise away from coal and gas. So you're effectively supporting your neighbours and wider community as well. So yeah, and obviously the other good thing is if you have variable movements from your own home, you can charge your car during the day when solar's nice and bright and strong, effectively charging your car for free as well. So there's a whole raft of benefits around tweaking your behaviour to working with wholesale pricing. So this is a real customer of Luke's. So obviously I've come up with some pretty big promises there in terms of what you can expect, but this is an actual customer of Luke's that I've pulled from his Amber portal. And this customer, as you can see, for the last 30 days, they're running in credit $1.51. So that means they haven't actually paid a bill, they're ahead, and they're ahead by $1.51 for the month. So they literally don't have to pay anyone. We in fact owe them money, and they can call it in any time. They can go, hey Amber, pay me. It's not a big amount of money, you probably wouldn't call that one in, but as you bank that up, you can obviously call it in down the road. Yep.
That 18.8 cents a kilowatt hour feed-in tariff,
yes,
that's when it's not curtailed, is that right?
That's correct, yeah. So that's the average feed-in tariff for the week when it's not being curtailed, yeah. Yeah. So that would be primarily feed-in tariff from battery in the evening, yep.
that profit exclude the $25 or?
No, that's post subscription fee. So that's the end result. Yeah, so that customer, as I said, is literally ahead at $1.51 for the month, which is far better than what the majority of you guys are paying right now for power, I'm assuming. Yeah.
What would that customer be paying $3,000 a year?
Yeah, I would estimate this customer would have been around that $3,000 a year. So you guys installed a Tesla and a SolarEdge system for them. So I found that on
You
the...
told me about this yesterday, but I didn't look into it.
It's all
Is that
good.
just one Tesla?
Sorry?
Is that just one Tesla?
I think it's 2 Powerwall 3s, yeah. Yeah. So Luke's obviously provided a solution for this customer, and they've literally hit bill neutrality, which is amazing feed. Like that's awesome. Yeah.
Does that include the negative feed-in tariff coming?
Yeah. So what happens is with Amber, we will curtail so that we do load following.
You can switch that down.
Yeah. So we'll only run the load. So if you've got the car plugged in, we'll run to the car charging amount. If you run the hot water, we'll run the hot water. We'll only have the load follow the actual output of the solar. We won't actually exporting punish you financially. Yeah. Yep.
Does your supply charge in this equation anyway?
Yeah, your daily supply is already included in there. So we charge the actual cost of daily supply. I think it's about $1.15, $1.20 in Victoria. Sorry?
I think Amber's about 50 cents.
Oh, yeah, look, I'm from Queensland. I've got that wrong maybe. Yeah, look, it's probably even cheaper here.
It's far less than the norm.
Yeah, we don't make a margin on the daily charge. As I said, the only margin we make is that $25 a month membership fee, which gives you the ability to buy the wholesale energy. As you can see here as well, their usage rate is 8.9 cents. So when they've had to actually import energy, they're only paying around 9 cents. Whereas with the majority of the other offers in the market, you're buying a flat rate again around 30, 35 cents. So you're insulating yourself from that higher price, but you're also profiting off a higher price when it matters as well. So it's a win-win on both sides.
Just
Yeah.
a quick question on your curtailment.
Yes.
I have Enphase on the roof.
Yes.
The gateway response time to an API call to say curtail is anywhere from 30 minutes to 4 hours.
Wow. So you might need to look at some kind of local-based control or an on-off relay, for example. So you can get. I used to work for Catch Power, funnily enough, and they pull in the Amber API pricing, and you can just basically hard shut the inverter from that. So it's a bit of a clunky way to do it, but at least you won't get financial penalty. Yeah, so that's an option. There's other options out there as well. Obviously, I don't work for Catch anymore, so do what you want. Yeah. Sorry, yep, go for it.
And the SmartShift automation
Yes.
or the solution,
Yes.
is that factored into this? What is the cost of that?
That's included in your membership fee. So our membership fee includes the SmartShift automation and also
$25 a month.
correct, and it also includes a bill guarantee. So for example, if for some reason your Tesla battery has some kind of maintenance issue and it goes down and you're exposed to spot pricing, we'll pass on a default market offer pricing. So as part of the membership fee, there's a bit of an insurance element. So you'll basically pay about 35 to 40 cents per kilowatt hour. So not the cheapest rate in the market, but just like a kind of mediocre rate to protect you as a consumer from those really crazy prices. And
That's actually the law, isn't it? You have to do that.
Isn't there a...
we do.
You have to hedge it at the default market offer. You're not allowed to charge a consumer on average more than the DNO, is that right? Or have I got that wrong?
You might be right there, but there's another wholesale retailer that I don't think they have insurance. I'm not sure how they do it. Yes. Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, I don't want to name drop my competitor, but yeah. Yeah.
I understand that the SmartShift automation system is a separate contract to the $25 a month.
No. It's all encompassing. So it's all part of the Amber package. So yeah. No, that's all right. Yeah, obviously, if you want to read into it further, you can go into our website or talk to Luke or one of Luke's reps, and they can dive into more about the Amber piece with you directly.
Careful what you read, that's not a choice.
We'll have those answers.
Yeah, so going on to the SmartShift side of things, what it does is it will consider your average kilowatt hour consumption from your battery at night and leave that in reserve for you, and should only trade what's surplus to your needs. So as long as Luke and his team get the design side right with the battery sizing, and our automation is watching and things are remaining remarkably similar, everything will work. But what can change though is if you have new people move into the home or someone leaves the home and the behaviour changes on site, it takes a while for SmartShift to rebalance effectively, because obviously it's working off a kind of average behaviour, but obviously things can change and it has to rework itself in according. Yep. Sorry.
How long does that AI phase
We allow, say, 30 days. So we say to switch from an alternative retailer to Amber, it's up to 10 business days to do the actual inter-business switching, and then from there on, it's 30 days of algorithmic behaviour learning to get to best case scenario trading and automation. It will get smarter day by day during that 30 days, but obviously the best outcome will be after 30 days.
Can you actually override it just
Yeah, you can. So inside your app, you can turn SmartShift off and you can actually manually buy and sell power yourself. So if you're not happy with our automation at any time, you can just turn it off and you can take control yourself. And you can also go, I don't want to participate in wholesale in terms of like giving my battery power back at all. I just want to buy power when it's cheap and I don't want to sell any power back in. I want to be self-sufficient. You can turn off all exports and just be self-sufficient and only buy in when it's cheap as well. You can play that way as well. So there's a million different ways you can kind of skin this cat effectively. Yep.
With curtailment,
Yes.
Is there any risk to your panels in terms of the voltage going high or anything like that?
No. So the inverter is designed to be able to export limit, so it's the same thing. So effectively, the network normally can dictate export limitations, which will limit the output of the inverter. So it's designed to be able to ramp up and down according to what's required. It's no different to that kind of behaviour, really, to be honest.
It doesn't generate the electricity. It doesn't harm your panels at all. Technically, it detunes a thing called the multi-power point tracker, where you get, so in normal operation, you're always trying to make your solar panels as efficient as possible, so you want the kind of the perfect current and the perfect voltage to hit that sweet spot. And what they do is when they curtail it, it's like a curve. They just move the voltage and the current, so it just falls off the curve really steeply, so it just basically becomes really inefficient, and it doesn't harm the panel at all.
Yeah. So obviously, and the other really good thing about Amber is, like most retailers, you can opt in, you can try it out, and if you don't like it, you can leave. Like, I'm not saying this is going to fit everyone. Like, it's not going to fit everyone. Some people prefer the contingency of flat rate pricing, but most of the time, I believe it is truly better in terms of, like, if it's designed correctly in terms of the solar and battery alongside it, it can work really well. Yeah, sorry?
Is your pricing based on what's happening nationally within Australia as far as demand and supply?
So Amber operates in the NEM, but excluding Ergon, which is regional Queensland and Tasmania. But if you're in SA, Vic, New South and Southeast Queensland, yeah, we operate in those regions. And we believe that this will become a more popular model in the future because obviously it's the best way to get to decarbonisation faster. Yeah, using people power to lift the grid effectively. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I normally charge my EV between about, say, about 10 o'clock at night and 6 o'clock the next morning.
Yep.
That's about how I have charge.
Yep.
How's that going to work on Amber?
So Amber's wholesale pricing in that window will normally be about 15 to 20 cents a kilowatt hour. So it's normally going to be pretty cheap as compared to flat rate, but it won't be as cheap as some of these EV-based charging offers that are like, I think there's like 8 cent offers between midnight and 5 a.m.
I can tell you now, they're losing money selling you electricity at 8 cents.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure how long those plans will last for. They're probably a good way to obtain new customers, but you can't keep losing money indefinitely.
It's unsustainable, that
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
retailers.
With Amber, you can be assured that what you're paying is the real price. So, as I said, we're not making money out of the energy. We're only making out $25 a month. So if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, it's no issue. Like, it's fine. You know, it's a wide market. It's an open market.
You're paying what Amber's paying the wholesale market for the electricity. So Amber aren't making up the prices.
Yeah.
Amber are losing money. You guys, you're
Well, as a
taking,
company, yeah.
taking advantage of Amber losing money.
So we employ over 150 people. You can imagine what that wage bill costs. And we have a pretty flash office in Melbourne CBD. And we spend a lot of money on marketing, a few $100,000 per month apparently on marketing. So we are spending lots and lots of money, but it's running on venture capital because obviously there are investors that believe in our mission and our ideas. And our model has already gone into the Europe and UK market now as well. So obviously people do believe in what we're doing and they do think it is scalable and will hit profitability eventually, but it's all about volume. It's up to you to want to join and be part of it.
What are most of those people doing, 150? Is it tech or?
A lot of software engineers, a lot of people in marketing. We've grown our customer support team because there's been, like, you may or may not have heard, we've had some customer support issues like a lot of retailers where, we have had lacking support from time to time. I'm not going to pretend like we've been perfect, as Finn kindly admitted as well in his own business. So no one's perfect, but we've added, I think, 12 people to our customer support team to try and get you guys supported faster as well. Yep.
Where is your customer service based?
It's all based here in Australia, so we don't employ anyone offshore at this stage except for in Europe at the moment. So there's literally 100 odd people in Melbourne and there's a few interstate as well, but effectively it's all Australian-based employment, yeah.
I have a friend that's just gone to Amber, he's been on Amber for 2 months.
Yes.
He's had issues.
Yes.
Hasn't been able to speak to anyone.
Yes, that's what I just mentioned that, yeah, so...
He's seen emails, no response.
Yeah, so the lag between now and the future will be those 12 new people we've hired are going to take about 2-3 months to train. So we're hoping by Q1 next year, middle of Q1, like, you know, January, February, we should have much better response times and improved service. But right now we are definitely suffering. I'm not going to pretend we're not. So, but if you go through Luke has direct access to me and I can escalate things. So if you deal with a partner installer like Luke, you will get superior service than the wider market.
You take responsibility, eh?
I do, yeah. If people have, everyone can get my, I don't even know where you guys get my mobile number half the time. Everyone has my mobile number. And, yeah, they call me up and just pass it through to these guys, say, hey guys, like we've got a complaint here, you got to sort it out, it's annoying.
Yeah. So back to this image here, this one. So that's what Luke sees on his dashboard, so he can monitor what's happening for you as a customer, and then he can also raise tickets there. So what happens is, for your friend's situation, if he was Luke's customer and he was getting nowhere with Amber directly, he could contact Luke and say, this is my problem, and Luke could just copy and paste that email, drop it straight into his partner portal, and that'll raise like a higher escalation ticket with our team. So he'll get better support faster. Yep.
Is that an optimal size for batteries right now to take advantage of?
So Luke's got an opinion on this, Finn's got an opinion on this, and I've got a different opinion on this, I believe. We'll probably have slightly different opinions.
I said earlier, without Amber, 16 kilowatt hours was the sweet spot for the rebate.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend less than 30 for Amber. What do you think?
I totally agree. Okay, let's speak on averages first. So the average battery sold pre the rebate was around 13 kilowatt hours, which is remarkably similar to the size of a Tesla. After the rebate was announced, the new average size is about 21 kilowatt hours, and I think it's on the trajectory up at the moment. The average customer with Amber is actually having a 25 to 26 kilowatt hour battery. So our average customer sits above the average, and the average is growing drastically. So you can kind of see the trajectory of the market, but I'll just circle back to the main point of contention here is there's a rebate available, which is about $17,000 to $18,000. So if you have the means to purchase a larger battery and you can access the largest rebate, why would you not do that, in my honest opinion? And whatever your daily consumption looks like, for Amber's sake, I would say 1.5 to 2x is the best scenario because you've got full autonomy in the battery and a bit of surplus for actually trading is the best kind of design methodology in my honest opinion. Yeah.
I think it's all about the surplus. Like you've got to have a bigger battery than what you need to justify Amber. Like I put my house on it kind of just to disprove Amber because I've only got 13.5 and I was like, yeah, this is shit.
So you need that average capacity for your house, so you're always fighting.
But now I'm assuming you're considering upgrading that.
Okay, but then I'm like, okay, so this is the sweet spot of like, right, if I get another battery, if I double it and I have 27, then I could. But I mean, the problem I've got is I've got a Powerwall 2. And even I can't get another Powerwall 2.
Yeah, isn't there a Powerwall 2, 3?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't there a Powerwall?
I tried to sell me one in SA the other. I was like, how am I going to get it?
I'm pretty sure there's a Powerwall 2, 3 interoperability thing coming down the road, isn't there?
Early next year. I chucked over, but I'll wait and see. Probably early next year I'll grab a Powerwall 3.
I'm in exactly the same boat.
So I'll give you some really interesting feedback as well. It's like, because I talk to installers all over the country and sometimes they say, oh, why would I try and sell a customer a bigger battery? It's too expensive for them. It's going to be really hard to try and sell them that idea. There's never been a customer complain about buying too big of a battery. There's been plenty of customers complain about not buying a big enough battery. So
if you now are buying the 50 kilowatt hours with a 5 kilowatt inverter from...
Sorry, with a caveat of quality and size of inverter attached. Yeah, there's definitely caveats there, but what I'm trying to get at is you won't regret buying a big battery of quality. You will regret, like Luke did, buying too small of a battery and not having the ability to do things like Amber down the road. And then not just outside of Amber, you've got better blackout protection with a bigger battery. You've got better warranty degradation avoidance because obviously all these batteries, they only run to like 60, 70% of their nominal rating at end of life. So you need to combat that with oversizing as well. So in my opinion, there's so many reasons to oversize battery, not just your own consumption and trading, but autonomy, backup, and warranty degradation reasons as well. Yep.
So what size inverter on that, say a 30 kilowatt battery?
So single phase 10 and 3 phase as big as you can get, in my honest opinion, yep. Because back to backup, like exclude amber, just go to backup. If you want to run all your stuff on that system, the bigger the inverter, the more appliances you can run on that system.
Literally the bottleneck.
Yeah, the inverter is like the size of the motor, and the battery is the size of the fuel tank, right? So if you have a big fuel tank, big motor, you can go anywhere and do anything. Yeah. So I'll keep punching along. Okay, so you guys kept asking about how do I manually take over SmartShift and take control. This is what it looks like. So you've got an ability here to set commands, charge battery, dispatch battery, preserve battery, or consume battery. So you can set all these different things up for different time windows. So some people are very heavy amber users and they're on their app frequently, and they use this because they believe they can do better than the autonomy of the SmartShift as well. Here I'm talking about the best kind of return on investment based battery sizing, capacity here, you know, so it's all different thing. Yeah, anyway, it's pretty complicated. We'll just skip past that one. Talking about compatibility, these are all, Powerwall 3 is already compatible now. SMA, Enphase, yeah.
I stop.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. These are the ones we've already done, so you might have seen a lot of these brands as well. A lot of them are featured here in the showroom, so yep. And obviously, if you have an EV, it's going to get really interesting into next year and the year after as well, because you'll be able to use your big battery and wheels as well to play in this market, so it's going to get really quite interesting. Yeah.
Who did Amber buy?
We bought Charge HQ.
That's the one.
Yeah. So we bought the man behind Charge HQ. That was the main reason for buying it. We bought the person, yeah. Obviously, an EV battery is bigger than your typical home battery, but that gap's narrowing now. So when this slide was originally created, the household battery was 10 to 15, and the car was 50 to 70. Now it's more like 25 to 30. So the gap's narrowing between the size of the home battery and the size of the EV battery. Yeah. Does anyone have any more questions? Yep.
Just a query with the EV, if you were to use it as your battery,
yep.
How does it go in terms of discharge rates relative to a home battery, in terms of you being able to pump out power back to your home or grid?
Yep.
Given that they're, I don't know how well they're designed for that purpose initially, because some of them are obviously coming onto the market with the capability.
Yeah,
How does that actually work in terms of it spitting that power out of your car?
So it's exactly the same as the inverter battery sizing discussion. So the inverter in the case of V2G is the bidirectional car charger product. So it's the equivalent. This product here does a really good V2G component, SIG Energy. There's others coming through from the other brands as well.
SIG Energy is good because it does DC, so you're generally going to get a lot more power.
So say you've got a really big home, you're well off, and Luke's put 100 panels on your roof, and you are at home, you want to charge your car fast. If you had a SIG Energy system with, say, a 12 or a 12.5 or 25 kilowatt DC charger, you can deliver all that PV energy straight into the car. So you can rapid charge the car in a couple of hours, basically. So that's superior to majority of the other products in the market currently, but obviously this will be a very changing space very quickly into next year, I believe. Yep. Yep.
I'm an Amber customer, so that's really great. Question about how does Amber calculate what power you're using, or either selling or buying? Are you using the smart meter data, or is Amber using the calculation of what it thinks it is?
No, we're using the NMI meter on site, but we're also talking to the inverter on site as well. So we're getting the generation data from the PV or hybrid inverter, and we're also getting the consumption data from your smart meter, your NMI meter, yeah.
Just an explanation for some of the people here. We've got SolarEdge and I've got 2 inverters.
Yeah.
And just very recently we had the curtailment load following switched on, which is great.
Yes.
But Amber thinks one of them is using power and the other one's generating power.
Yes.
And so it's still an outstanding support issue with Amber to say, where are you getting the data for my bill in the end?
Yeah, so from what I've heard with that scenario, when you've got 2 inverters on site, it's best to set one up for load following and one up for on-off control, because when you have both in load following control, they fight each other. It's something that we can't control via API. It's an inherent issue with 2 inverters not being set up in master-slave configuration, and they don't know what to do with each other, basically. So it's a complex issue.
Master-slave, question. They're both SolarEdge exactly the same.
Oh, okay. If it's SolarEdge the same and it's set up master slave, it should be possible. But best off, are you a Lightning customer?
Oh, which?
Are you already a Lightning customer? Are you a customer of Luke's?
No.
Oh, you'll have to go back to your installer and hopefully they've got support with them. But maybe you can become a Lightning customer and Luke can help you out. Yeah. If your installer has a partnership with Amber, they can help you escalate your problem. Yeah, definitely. Any more questions, guys? Yes?
One last question. In terms of the AI kind of learning side of things, SmartShift.
Yeah.
So let's say it's a 30-day. It takes 30 days for it to figure out your basic usage, production, consumption. Does it have like profiles for summer, for winter, or is it just, it's sort of doing it in 30 days, sort of rolling data packages?
Yeah, so we've got kind of template-y stuff that we obviously consider, but the truest form of data is your actual on-site data. So the algorithm is bespoke to your site. Yeah. In reality, so it will behave according to what you're doing on site.
So as you switch seasons effectively, like we've got under tile heating, it'll take, come winter, we kick that in.
Yeah, it'll take a while to get used to it and you'll start balancing around that as well.
After that, the next year, it's already got that built into your profile and off you go.
The longer we're on site, the smarter we'll be on site, yeah. Yep.
Does it consider weather patterns as well? Cloud cover?
Yeah, we're looking at the weather forecasting and the current weather conditions, and we're helping to make consideration around that as well. Yep. And obviously, being a software tech company, we are constantly improving this stuff as well in the back end. So, yeah. Yep.
The load following curtailment works like a charm. It's beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Fantastic. Finn, you got any questions? You probably want to roast me. Come on, I'm ready.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, appreciate that. Luke, you got any burning desire questions you want to ask?
No, I'd just say that I've found, like I kind of said before, everyone kind of reiterate, Amber is good if you've got a lot of more battery capacity than you need.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't have as much battery capacity as you need, which is actually where I am, it's not so good.
Yes.
So yeah, it's more for people with big battery stacks.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
It's based on, so obviously the government's about to spend $2 billion on batteries.
Yes.
How do you anticipate that changing how wholesale pricing is going to be affected?
I get this question all the time. So yes, we are putting in lots of batteries and the run rate on that is growing fast. Like I think we're at 1,500 batteries a day at the peak day output right now from 1,000. So the install rate is growing and the size of battery is growing. The energy consumption is also growing because we've got the electrification of everything happening. Here in Victoria, you can't build a new house with gas. You've got to put in solar or heat pump hot water. Electric vehicles are going in at a rate of noughts. We're now at 12 or 13% of all vehicle sales are now EV. You've got data centres being built around the country to manage AI and big data. You've also got the automation and roboticization of everything. So you've got fulfillment warehouses that are running on little drones and stuff like that. So I truly believe, yes, the batteries will help in the immediate future, but the growth of energy consumption is going to continue to rise and the volatility will continue to rise as we have change in seasons, change in weather patterns, and especially as the coal and gas assets age and they continue to decline in reliability, that is going to continue to create volatile situations. And depending on which government is in each state depends on what happens to those assets. So I'm from Queensland and they've just changed the trajectory of Queensland to pump lots of money back into coal and gas assets and keep them going, which is, I believe, going to create more volatility because we're just adding to a fixed cost model. I truly believe solar and battery done at scale is a cheaper way forward and a better way for the environment as well.
So for an individual, if I was looking at getting, say, 48 kilowatts of battery on the side of the house.
That's a very specific number. I think I know what you're looking for there. Yeah.
So if I was looking at getting that, the return on investment in the lifetime of that battery, say the worst happens and one day after 10 years that battery explodes, and I jump on Amber, and what do you reckon the chances of me paying that battery back in that lifetime is?
So we have an ROI calculator which Luke or one of his agents can introduce you to. Normally in Victoria, the payoff time is around 6 or 7 or 8 years with your pricing, Luke. Is that about right?
Yeah, around there. Sometimes
6 to 8 years payoff. So yeah.
Is that regardless of battery size?
No, it's to the site. So it's based on your kilowatt hours consumption, size of battery, and also what you're currently paying, because we model against your current offer. But yeah, typically it's 6 to 8 years payoff. So you'll be in under the warranty period, and I believe the volatility will get worse before it gets better. All it takes is cold snap, heat wave, or cataclysmic events with these generation assets, and you get insane volatile pricing, which means you're profiting payday, basically.
And how many more slides do you have?
In total?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just going to say, because you mentioned the ROI calculator, I thought it'd be cool if we just whip it over.
Yeah, I'll see if I've got it on here.
We could do it right now, live in front of everyone, and see what it would be. I don't want to.
This is all EV stuff. No, it's all right.
Blow your presentation out.
No, it's all right. I'll open up. No, good point. Good point. So does anyone have a power bill on their phone or on hand? You do? Fantastic. So what's your postcode?
3178.
Yes. And what's your kilowatt hours per quarter looking like?
Hang on, let me pull it up.
Do you know per day or?
22 kilowatts per day.
So it's about 2,000 a quarter, yeah. And your current usage rate, your flat rate?
I don't have time of use. I have several.
Oh, okay. So what's the majority of your kilowatt hour consumption, and what's its?
3.33.
Okay, yeah, I'll put it at that then. And what's your daily charge, like $1.30 or something?
$1.05.
$1.05, it's pretty cheap. Do you have solar already?
Yes.
What's that? Okay.
9.9.
What's your current feed-in tariff?
1 cent.
Oh my God, it's abysmal, isn't it? Are you adding solar and battery, or just the battery?
Well, great question. I'm open to the experts.
Let's just go with the battery to start with.
Say you went for the 48 kilowatt hour battery.
And Luke, sorry to be putting you on the spotlight here. What's that going to cost him?
Blake, what would you sell that for?
You'd be trading pennies at 20, 19, 800, something like that.
Let's say 20,000 to be safe. Let's just say 20k to be safe, guys.
To that, for hypothetical sake, to change to 3-phase. So I'm a single-phase house and I want to add 3 phases.
So adding $6,000 to upgrade to 3-phase. Okay? Oh, hang on. No, I'm not adding solar. All right, so we've punched all this in, and this is simulated off existing Amber customer data. Yeah, you'll be ahead. So you were going to pay around $1,000 a quarter with that existing hardware, with that existing retailer. With Amber, though, you'll be in credit $650 per annum, according to our wholesale pricing data, which, as I predicted, I said 6 to 8 years before, right, guys? 6.3. So we're in the window. That's fantastic. And
what was it? 3,600.
We're now going to be buying power on average for 13 cents, because what the system will do is it'll try and buy power when power's cheap to do any grid topping up. So that could be the situation of which you're eastern suburbs of Melbourne, right? Eastern suburbs of Melbourne?
Yes.
Yep. So say it's nice and sunny on west side of Melbourne, but raining here. We're buying from the sunny side to feed your battery, which is giving you that price. And yeah, your feed-in tariff will get up to about 28 cents from one. That's
apples and oranges, though, isn't it? One's from your solar panels and one's from your battery.
Yeah, correct. There's always caveats, and you've got to read into the fine print, guys, to look at all the ins and outs of all this stuff. But the main thing to highlight is the fact that we're predicting a 6.3-year payoff. That's all that you should really be worrying about here.
And
if you
that's what I'm getting 3,600 and.
Yeah, so if you're calculating on that, I think
Sorry, it says there 6.3.
Yeah, 3,593, and then I think there's a small inflationary percentage built into that as well. So if you put 3,593, and then it's like,
would that be nearly 15% ROI per year?
Yes.
I mean,
over 15%. Yeah.
Over 15%. I mean,
yeah.
That's a good investment.
Yeah. So most investments are yielding 5 to 10, I believe. Bank interest, stock market, EFTs, all that kind of stuff.
It's even like property or S&P 500 or something.
Yeah.
5, 6. You know, you do 10%, you got a good investment.
You do bring up a good point, Luke. Yes, it is a good investment. Solar and battery's always been a good investment.
The whole package, even with the $6,000 for the mains upgrade, which is brutal.
Yeah.
I'm not.
If you're cheaper, I'm happy to talk.
Oh no, but I mean it's just annoying. I just hate doing mains upgrades because when they're a headache. But it just seems like a lot of money for not much, to be honest.
But he'll have the push and pull power for later on.
And sell power faster, right? So if I'm playing the amber market and I'm a single phase and I'm in Victoria, it's 5k. 5 kilowatt hours is the most.
He wants the 15 kilowatt punch. He wants. Yeah. He wants to be able to push him. He wants the V8 size inverter.
Like last resort. Like, don't do it. If you don't have to do it, then don't do it because it's a headache.
He wants to do it, Luke.
But if he wants to do it, and he's still got 6.3 years
You can
return.
always give it 6 months without the mains upgrade. So you go.
But then you're wasting an inverter though.
2 or 3k cheaper than what it is now. So if I wait another couple of years, it'll be 2 or 3k cheaper.
And
expensive again.
You're technically wasting an inverter because he puts on the 10 sig. He's got to upgrade it later. Yeah. Sorry. Yep.
3-phase, you're still limited to 15 kilowatts, though, aren't you?
You can. You guys have flexible dynamic coming in soon.
Depends. It's probably going to be 15 there. 5. Depends on the area.
Depends on the DNSP you're in within Victoria, but and if it's anything like SA or Queensland, eventually you'll have what's called flexible exports, so you'll have the ability to go more than that. But for now, let's just stick with 15 typically for 3-phase. Yeah.
The thing about flexible exports is it will sync nicely with Amber because when electricity is expensive, the grid needs the energy, so they'll lift your export. It'll be uncapped. So flexible exports would work really well with you, wouldn't it?
But yeah, if you're at all interested in doing this calculation with Luke or one of his agents and going through all the numbers and deep diving into why you should and shouldn't consider doing this, I think it's definitely good to get in touch after the meeting. Yeah.
Well, I think that website's good because anyone here can just jump on that website. They can do that themselves.
Yep. Yeah. It's an openly available website, so yeah. Yep.
Do you have any partners in regional Victoria?
Yes. Yep. Which part of regional Victoria are you in?
Bendigo.
Do you service Bendigo, Luke?
Yeah.
You don't need to go with anyone else, just go with Luke. Yeah.
I've got an Enphase solar system.
Yes.
And SIG Energy battery.
Yes.
Inverter.
Yes.
Now, if I go to Amber,
yes,
what needs to be done? What would need to be done to that, if anything?
So all you would have to do is provide your Enphase system ID and your SIG Energy system ID, and we would API control the Enphase for curtailment and the SIG Energy for battery control, and jump aboard. But hit up Luke for a referral code because he can help you with better Amber service. And he can obviously be a lifetime partner of yours for any future upgrades you might need as well. Yep.
I wanted to ask about other battery technologies. You guys are talking about lithium largely today.
Yes.
But it seems that I get in my Google feed anyway stuff about salt batteries, and there was an article on the weekend talking about them saving incredible amounts of energy in sand.
Yes. So a lot of those...
See any future in any of these other technologies?
Yeah, so I get asked about this sometimes. I think in the commercial industrial space, yes, there's more opportunities outside of lithium, but for the homeowner space, you can't get such a nice looking, small, compact battery that fits all of our regulations, that can just tidily install against the wall of the house. All these other chemistries require normally larger batteries and moving fluids and all sorts of things that can have more servicing issues. So they're great for C&I because you can get, volume cost savings on these really large commercial industrial application. Yeah, so outside of lithium, the other chemistries seem to fit more of a larger scale market, in my opinion. Yet to be proven though, there might be something U-Butte that comes through down the road that blows the current model away. Yeah. Obviously, at the moment as well, there's NMC and LFP-based lithium batteries. Most popular in the market are those two chemistries. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Thanks for your time. Appreciate you all listening in. Yeah.
All right. Thanks everyone for coming.